All right, we are coming back. Clap your hands one time if you hear my voice. Clap your hands two times if you're happy. We're talking about literacy. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Okay. So this is a very exciting day. It's an exciting day for the Newark Literacy Coalition. We're about to jump back into the program. Trust me, you're going to have plenty of opportunity to get back into talking, because that's what this day is about, talking to one another, coming out in the community, so please feel free. I want to just explain, I think it's really important to understand who is actually doing the programming. And so what I'm going to ask is all the Newark Literacy Coalition members to actually come to the front. Just for a second. All right, I want all of us to come up here and, come on, Kalima, come on. We don't want to take up too much time because this day is going to go by so quickly, but I do want everybody to just say their name and tell what organization they represent. If you want to tell your title, fine. That is, we just, it's important for the community to know who has their back and who's doing this event. We're going to start over here.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Erica Harrison and I am with Reading Partners. I am the volunteer coordinator for the Newark region, and I thank you all for coming out this morning. It's so good to see beautiful faces. So Reading Partners is a nonprofit that is... I was going to take it away, I'm sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kalima Wilson. I'm the Director of Early Childhood Partnerships with MBK Newark, my brother's keeper.
Hello, everybody. My name is Adela Whitney, and I'm the CEO of Reading Partners.
Vivian Cox-Fraser, President and CEO of the Urban League of Essex County.
Hi, I'm Charnae Brown. I'm the Chief Education Officer. I represent the Mayor's Office. Our office title is the Office of Comprehensive Community Education.
Hi, I'm Christian Zabriskie, and I'm the Library Director.
Hi, my name is Ahmad Watson. I'm a Project Director at the Cornwall Center at Rutgers Newark.
My name is Anna Coates. I'm the Assistant Director of Public Services here at the Newark Public Library.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Chanel Dunn, CEO of Roots and Bridges.
Good morning. My name is Karen Leach-Toomer from United Way of Greater Newark.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jasleen Othman. I'm the Director of English Language Arts for the Newark Board of Education.
Hi, I'm Cynthia McElroy. I'm the Manager over Newark People's Assembly, Office of the Mayor.
Hello, my name is Jamila Lewis-Rigor. I'm the Director of for Southward Promise Neighborhood at BRIC.
Hi, my name is Alina Siddiqui, and I work at Advocates for Children of New Jersey.
You guys can go back to your stations, because in 1 second you're going to be doing some breakout sessions. You can turn it back on. Thank you. I'm going to give the brief overview of the Newark Literacy Coalition. Actually, the Newark Literacy Coalition was founded by Mayor Raz J. Baraka. He actually created an education department, which is very rare from a mayor's perspective. Not every city has an education office, but we know Mayor Raz J. Baraka is a former educator, and he's passionate about education. Basically, the Newark Literacy Coalition had maybe 3 pillars, and it was to have the Mayor's Book Club, which we do every year annual, and we'll tell you what books we're reading a little later on. It was also to focus on adult literacy, and it was also to increase opportunities for literacy support. About right post-COVID, a literacy crisis emerged as we saw that COVID really unveiled some of the crises that we've had in so many different areas. Literacy was just one of them. We realized that food insecurity was an issue. We realized that it was a whole bunch of inequities, and we just really got renewed and committed to addressing these equities. That was already important for us, but we just decided that it shines a light, so let's rev. So the mayor created the Brain Trust, and a lot of people in the room was actually on that Brain Trust to address the literacy crisis. I just love everybody who was a part of that because they created the 10-point literacy plan, and everybody should have a 10-point literacy plan that's actually on their table. The 10-point literacy plan actually came from a lot of people that just came up front, but this was a way for the community to get involved and address using 10 research-based strategies. And the reason why it's important to say research strategies, these are not feel-good strategies. This is tried, tested, and true that if you engage in this, that we can change the trajectory. After that Brain Trust, most of the Brain Trust members joined the Newark Literacy Coalition, and that's why you have such a massive showing of people in front. But three things actually came out of it. That was an opportunity to create more accountability. Again, this is just some of our partners and their logos. But they actually came together and they renewed their commitment, and this is a new iteration of the Newark Literacy Coalition. This is not a full feel-good coalition. This is actually a coalition that's meant to create three things: community engagement, improvement with the test scores with accountability, and increase the joy of reading. I'm going to give you a second to read over this, but it's really small and really dark up here, so just know that it basically says the same thing that I just said, and we'll get a copy in the email. I'm going to move on. Okay, so this is our mission statement, but one of the things that was really important in our mission statement is that we said that we want parents and caregivers to be a part of it. There's a framework that I'm going to show you, but it just takes too long to go over, so I'm going to summarize it if that's okay. We believe in equity. We believe in equity, and the framework actually says, and I'm just going to take a second to go over it, but I'm not going to go over it. But if you look at design, it says that this is a user-centered design. And basically what that means is that the community is the core. And we have to be engaged the community on feedback. We're not coming here because we have all the answers in literacy and we're imposing them on you. We're doing these town halls, we're going to every single ward for one purpose: to get community input and feedback. Our objective is make sure you have real-time resources, we get community feedback, and that we actually connect you with good resources. So I've already said way too much. I hope that summarized everything, but we are moving into our important breakout session where this is an opportunity for you to get really connected on some areas that are crucial, and then right after that, we're gonna come back and we're going to have the town hall. We actually discuss some of the literacy questions that we have out there that we want to hear from and sign everybody up. Is that all right? Thank you for bearing with me for that, what seemed to be a really long talk. Okay, so if you are doing a breakout session, I really want you to stand up so I can point parents to you, or maybe we can even go to that particular breakout session. But we're going to have 5 breakout sessions, and this is really for us to get connected to our resources before we jump into the survey. We want to make sure that you leave here connected before we get a whole bunch of feedback from you. So there are 5 sessions that we're going to actually engage in, and here they are. We have tutoring programs, family workshops, summer reading resources, partnership opportunities with local libraries, and other relevant community initiatives. I just want the people who are manning those stations to give a brief overview so parents can actually know how to decide. So if you are running a workshop, I'm going to ask you to come back. I know you didn't plan this, but come back. It's better that you say it. And then we're going to show you a section. So these are the workshops, and thank you, parents, for coming.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. So as I said, I'm Adiola Whitney with Reading Partners, and I'm blocking the document. So we're going to be doing family workshops. So we just want to engage families and talk to you about the tools that you can use at home to support your child to be an incredible reader. And we have a series of workshops. We're not doing those today, but we want to talk to you about them and also just get your feedback, as Dr. Brown said. So really excited to engage any families who are interested in just learning the tools that they can use at home to support their child to learn to read.
Again, everyone, my name is Ahmad Watson, and I'll be working alongside Dr. Whitney in family workshops, and we'll be just discussing some opportunities that we have at Rutgers University, where we engage caregivers and community residents to improve academic outcomes for students.
Hi, everybody. I just want everybody to come to the library. That's really kind of all I'm looking for, right? You know, the one thing that I will tell you, I have a couple of my colleagues here. They'll be helping us in this conversation. But the one thing I hear all the time is, I didn't know the library had that. I didn't know the library had that. I didn't know the library had that. I work at the library. I still say that myself. I didn't know we had that, right? So that's one of the things we want to talk about is kind of unpack. You all understand. You come in, you get a book, you bring it back, it's free. We got that. But we also have stuff online. We have resources. We have tutoring. We have test prep. We have a lot of stuff for you and for your children that you can access, and everything's free.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cynthia McElroy, Newark People's Assembly, Office of the Mayor. I'm going to be doing a community part, right? It takes a village to raise a child. So we're trying to make sure we're getting feedback from the community to see what initiatives we can do to help improve the children reading, what resources we can. And let's not just have this one time. Let's create this throughout our whole entire city often so we can make sure that the kids are learning and moving forward with their learning, with the literacy program.
So on behalf of the Newark Board of Education, I'm here just to really show you all of the different programs and summer programs that are available for all of the students in Newark. So if you come by, we have the scan code, the QR code that you can scan and really go right to our website to make sure that you know about all of the different programs, not only the academic services that we offer throughout the city of Newark, but also really just the programs, the enrichment programs where students can be engaged in. And then we also have resources for our kinder, first and second grade students to make sure that you have things to do with your child at home. So if you stop by over there, you'll leave with some resources and a lot of information. I will also be remiss to say, if I do not say, and let you know if you know of anyone that's going to have a baby or currently pregnant, we do have our conception to cradle information as well, which also gives you all of the information and plenty of resources. We love healthy mothers equal healthy babies, and then that's a healthy learner coming to our schools. Thank you.
All right, so we only are going to do this session for 30 minutes, and we're going to come back and actually begin the town hall. So please, 30 minutes, choose your adventure, follow the program that you like. You said, that sounds great. I like Cynthia. See where she walks, and that's where the workshop will be. And we're only going to do this for 30 minutes, and I promise you 30 minutes will go very fast. And then right after that, we're going to begin the town hall. Okay, choose your adventure, everyone. Please go to the session that you're interested in. You can leave your things. They can come to you, but just follow them. We're only going to do this for 30 minutes. Sounds good? All right, perfect. Let's begin.
Okay, looks like everyone's having a great time. Clap once if you can hear the sound of my voice. Clap twice if you can hear the sound of my voice. Clap 3 times if you can hear the sound of my voice. Clap 4 times if you can hear the sound of my voice. I still hear some talking going on. Okay, if you can hear the sound of my voice, I shouldn't hear the sound of your voice. That's it. So we hope that you all had an opportunity to have some engaging discussions at your tables. But now we're trying to get back to it to have a deeper conversation amongst one another at our table. So at each table, you'll see this large QR code. We want you to scan this code because here is where we're going to be dumping all of the information that we're discussing today. We need to take that information back and build a bigger strategy to what we're going to be doing with the literacy program. All right, so if you can just scurry back to your tables real quick, scan the QR code, begin your table talk conversations, and those conversations are going to look like this. Whatever table you engaged in, please share out with the folks at your table. If anyone is here from the Literacy Coalition, if you could please do your rounds, making sure you're capturing those conversations, helping to foster those conversations along, and encouraging people to put their information in the system in the QR code, okay? Do we have any questions? Anything I'm forgetting, Dr. Brown? We've had some enriching conversations, and we don't want to walk away from this library and not capture the information. So please, 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 make sure you scan the QR code, make sure you're sharing out, make sure the coalition members are encouraging the conversations and moving them forward, and then we're going to pick someone from your table to share out per group, and we're going to come back and finish off that way, okay? Thank you.
My name is Erica, as I said before, and I am with Reading Partners. I am the volunteer coordinator here in Newark, New Jersey. And what we are doing is promoting reading literacy to the community of Newark, New Jersey. We want to set up family engagements to be able to give parents tips that they can use at home for their emerging readers so that children enjoy reading. They love reading. They're, Mommy, I want to read this book so bad. And we are setting up a summer program within the next couple months to have tutoring for the children within the city of Newark in grades pre-K through 4. In grades pre-K through 4, we want to have people in the community, such as high school students, college students, to be able to read to these children in grades pre-K through 4 this summer.
So we are excited to be here. I'm here as part of Newark Board of Education on behalf of Superintendent Leon and the entire Newark Board of Ed. We're here sharing all of the summer programming that we have here in Newark for all of our students. Not only do we have the academic portion, but we also have enrichment programs where students are allowed to be in our schools, engaged in many of the fun activities that they love to do. Then we also have for our kindergarten, first and second grade students, every student receives a book bag with books, flashcards, and a family activity, which is pretty much and all activities for them to stay engaged with their families, and anything literacy we want to see happening. We're super excited to be a part of this initiative because we want to make sure that we know that literacy is pretty much the foundation to equity and to just building stronger futures, right? So we're here sharing that initiative. I also want to talk about the conception to cradle, right? Because we know healthy moms bring healthy babies. So we are looking to make sure that anybody that you know, anybody that we all know that's expecting a child, that they scan this QR code and they get on a list to not only register for our schools, but also get all of the resources that they need to make sure that they're raising happy and healthy children.
While we're wrapping up, is there anyone else that needs a library card? Children and adults. Raise your hand if you're in need of a library card and we'll come over to you. Children and adults. I just filled out my application. Children and adults, library cards. Okay, if we can wrap up the conversations now. How was it? How was the table talk? How were the table conversations? Anyone? Who's willing to share out? If I can have your attention over here, we have some groups that are going to start sharing out their table conversations. So come on up. Yes, please. I want you to have the microphone. I want everybody to hear you. Yes. If we can have your attention up here, I promise you we won't be long.
Well, thank you. I had no intentions of speaking, but I just want to say this has been so phenomenal. You guys did a great job, and I'm so grateful, and I have met some phenomenal brothers and sisters today. And at my table, we confirmed the need for us, for all of us, to have high expectations of our children to achieve. And they cannot do it by themselves. They need their parents to help them. But the thing that we have to remember is this: a lot of parents are not able to help them the way they want to help them because the system did not help them. And we need to understand that's real, okay? But we can't blame them because we have to be responsible for what we want our children to do. And as parents, we have to be involved in their education, okay? Because the key thing for me is that when I owned my school, and I owned the school, a licensed school and daycare center, from 1974 to 1984 is when I closed it. And this is what I discovered. I don't care what we do, but when you have a staff that has high expectations of the students, trust me, they're going to succeed. Our students was 3 and 4 grades above their regular grade level. And when I closed the school, the parents said to me, Miss Bay, well, you don't give tests or anything. Your teachers are not testing them. I said, no, we're teaching. Okay? I said, and trust me, when they take the test, they're going to pass it. I had a sister who was a nun who called the school and said, Miss Bay, we have Jason here, and I want to ask a question about it. I said, oh yeah, Jason, yeah. She said, well, what did you do to him? I said, well, what do you mean, what did we do to him? She said, well, he took the test. I said, yeah, and I'm sure he passed. No, he passed it, but the test normally takes about 2 hours. He did it in 45 minutes. I said, oh. I said, I'm not surprised. You know what that young man is doing today? He is an architect. He has his own company. He was working for the city. Now he's all over the place, and all of our students are like that. They went to Princeton, they went to Rutgers University, but the bottom line is what our expectations are, not just of our children, but of ourselves and of the people who are teaching our children. So accountability is key. No blaming, accountability. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm so happy I came.
So happy you came too. Thank you. All right, that was great. And we're capturing that information too. Next table, anyone? We had our chat. You said you were share out. Here we go. Yeah, sure. Sure, that's fine. That's fine. You want to say it? Okay, go ahead. This one was taking all the notes. So, yeah.
Hi. My name is Jafari. All hands. My name is Jafari. All hands got to be on books for all of us.
Hi, my name is Nisha. These are my two kids, 6 and 13. My biggest thing is I want to see more hands-on activities for the kids that are in school that's struggling, that's not on their reading grade level. I work with third grade autism students, and the stuff that they have us like reading to them now is more like chapter books. It's not really enticing to them. And for me, that's where they fall short at, because the kids can't progress that way. They don't understand. It's not retaining. It's not fun to them. So I like more hands-on activities, pop-up books. They had that when I was in school. I don't know why they stopped. More like toys, like to mimic the characters in the books, like just to get them to have fun so that they will love reading, because a lot of kids they won't pick up a book. They'll pick up a phone or a tablet or something and learn from that rather than us as their parents and their educators. So that's my thing.
Thank you. Great. Next table, we have the table back in the middle. Richard, are you sharing out for your table? I know. I'll bring it to you. You want me to bring?
So just the main trend from our conversation is that we want parents to be more engaged in helping their kids read. We have schools that they're having literacy events, but it's hard to have parents come to those events sometimes. And that we had a couple of different suggestions on what to do better, like having community events that encourage reading and just learning, like having spelling bees, having parents not only read at home, but also having the parents come to class and read their children's favorite book to the class too. Some methods we also found that like help to engage kids is like finding what your child likes and just try to get more of those type of books, or even like finding what shows your kids like and getting books that are similar to that, because you know they'll like that type of content. Am I missing anything? Okay.
Okay. And so we have our director here to share out for the last table.
Hi, everybody. So I'm just reporting out for the back table. And I just wanted to share, we're all professionals at this table. We're all people who are part of the coalition. And what we were finding is that when we take our hats off from our profession and start talking as parents, we have the exact same problems that everybody else has. And so I kind of want to empower the parents to be here, right? Like you're amongst a bunch of educators, you're a bunch of literacy people. I'm a library director. I've been a director for I've been a librarian for 25 years. And the first thing I said to this table was I couldn't get my daughter to read a damn book, right? So I want to share that out with us to kind of own that together, and then we're all in this organization, you know, in this effort together. I want to thank the partners of the coalition who were here. I think we were getting some great energy. There was some talk about looking at some best practices, so maybe we can do a field trip to like Brooklyn Public Library and talk to folks about what they're doing. And then something that we came up with that I thought was pretty exciting was the idea of kind of rizzing up reading a little bit. So having some fancy book clubs, having something where maybe you wear a jacket and a tie to talk about a book, but you got to read the book before you get there, and to kind of do a little bit of a come for the coffee, stay for the pie vibe about the whole thing, so that you can have an event and you have to have read to get there, so it has some comfort. Thank you.
And I think I want to share out for one more table, Cynthia, because it's a lot of connectedness in all these conversations, so I want to make sure we're still on track.
Hello. So with my table, we talked about how we can engage the community and the community partners. So we talked about a 15-minute reading challenge across Newark. What that looks like is that we're charging the parents to read with their children, and we know a lot of people want to be on social media, so you're posting it and you're hashtagging. Read across Newark, Stop, Drop, and Read. Also, another community event we talked about is having the children at our centers and and summer camps just engaging in reading, and they're logging how long they're reading for, and then having the community partners or either the stakeholders in our city be a part of a scavenger hunt where they have to get the card punched. So if that looks like getting free pancakes, if it looks like getting ice cream, we're helping support it and all hands on deck. Also, we talked about doing parades from each summer camp to their local library, and they're reading it, and they're posting, and the kids are being creative with making posters and t-shirts with different books that they like to read, and having the parents being a part of these conversations. So that was a couple of the things from the community side that we look forward to. Oh, and also, yes, so also along with, the community partners, also having the police be a part of this, our community service officers, we have some wonderful community service officers throughout the whole city. So engaging them to be a part of those parades, those conversations, those scavenger hunts, even if it looks like, the community service officers, the kids who come in at the top reading with the minutes, right? Reading the most minutes, giving them a parade, having them on a float so the city and the community could see what we're doing and acknowledging our kids, right? Our kids like an acknowledgement just like we do. So we want to do those different things throughout the summertime. So.
The director forgot to say something, but is everyone's heart warm? Because my heart is so warm right now. I'm loving this.
My heart is big and it is warm, and I'm really, really feeling it. I just wanted to take one more moment of personal privilege. No offense meant to the men in the room. I want to throw out a challenge. We're looking to do a program here. I've been talking about it called Dads Reading Rocks. And it's a way of getting dads involved, having your kids see you read, how you do story time, how you have those moments with them. It is my pet project. I am a dad. I am also an uncle. You don't have to be a dad. You can be a mentor, a caregiver, an uncle, somebody who looks around the community. But man, I'm calling to you to be in touch with me because I want Dads Reading Rocks to be something we're doing across the city. Thank you.
And our final share out.
Thank you. I'm Vivian Cox Fraser. I'm President and CEO of the Urban League of Essex County. And I just want to share that last week I was in Selma and marking the 60th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. And there were thousands of people there. And I just want to center us in the moment that we are in history. With all the things that are going on, the elimination of the Department of Education, the elimination of the Civil Rights Act, of our voting rights, all those hard-fought games are at risk. And I want to say, if our children aren't reading, how will they survive in this country that's coming, on the country that's here? How will they survive? Our history is that we were denied the right to read, and we're being denied that right again. So it's going to take all of us here to do our parts to instill in our children a love of reading and also of excellence. And I say it a lot that my parents told me, you got to be twice as good. There's no affirmative action for our children. Understand that. This whole concept of equity does not exist anymore. Don't care if you didn't get it in school. Don't care if your parents didn't have it. They don't care. The question is, what do we care about? And what are we willing to do? So when I walked across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, I had to say to myself, what are we willing to put on the line? What are you willing to put on the line? Our children's futures are at stake. Our broader community is at stake. And the issue is, they say so many issues right now, so many things going on, is to confuse you. It's to get you focused on all these different things. They're flooding the zone so that we are so confused that we're not focused on the prize. So remember, focus on the prize. And that's my final word. And we're building a literacy center at the right next to Westside High School. You know where the old Ambassador Chicken is? If you drive by, you're going to see it's under construction. And it is a place that will center literacy where it's supposed to be in our community. So thank you.
Thank you. That was great. Thank you. Great work. So with that, we're going to transition to, we need your feedback, and we need to document your feedback. So we have another QR code. Aren't these things so much fun and easy? There's a smaller QR code. If you scan it, our survey would be here. We are going to capture it as you type in your answers. It's very simple. Please scan the QR code. Oh, my bad. No, scan them all.
This one, but let me just say something. Vivian Frazier, you saw her logo up front. She's part of the coalition. She came in a little after. She didn't stand up front and introduce herself. So please, we are all community partners. We are not in competition. We are coordinating our efforts. So please, by all means, this literacy lab is going to be beautiful. So she wants your feedback. By all means, scan that as well. But however, I think that she was talking about all your feedback from here, and we can also share this with Vivian, so please. And we're going to transition because we're pretty much done, but there's one last thing we want you to do, and I know we're scanning you crazy. We apologize. But before I get to the menu, I'm a clapper, and forgive me. Can we all give everybody a round of applause? I'm having a ball. This is how you should spend Saturday morning, hands down, favorite thing now. So we have a call of action menu, and a lot of what Vivian Frazier said is what we're talking. When we are having high expectations, and I just want to shout out Ms. Bay, I heard about your center. I'm looking for a place for my kid to go now. Bring that center back, please. I think it was called the Wisdom Center, I think. And I want to say it because I think you bring up a powerful point, and that's high expectations. I heard about all of you guys, Chad School and things like that, and I'm a native Newarker, so, we know about all of that. I want us to challenge us, advocates, parents. We have to challenge the spaces that our young people are in to ensure that the people who are servicing them have high expectations. We should not have a literacy crisis. Are we all in agreement? Come on, let's clap it up if you believe that. Our young people are brilliant. And it's time for us to step up and raise the playing field and make sure that our young people have resources, tutoring, that the spaces our young people in are doing what they're supposed to do. And if they're not, we are here collectively to hold them accountable. Are we all in agreement of that? All right? Woo, let's clap it up. That's what I'm talking about. And what you're saying, because we might be moving towards that. We know when the closure of the U.S. Department of Education as a former principal who managed the budget, I needed federal aid to make Central High School at the time what it was. So I encourage all of you to get connected with community as we move into these times, because that is how we're going to survive. Amen. All right, so this call of action, we're nearing the close. We're nearing the close of this call of action is extremely important. This is our small charge. I mean, there's way more things to do, but we are asking everyone to pick three of these things on this list to commit to following up. There's a QR code, and I know that there's so many, but we're trying to make sure we track it. Please sign up. If you want to sign up your young person for tutoring, if your child is struggling in any subject, they don't have to. You don't have to yell at them and argue with them and send them in a room because they're not doing well. Sometimes that is a cry for support. Sometimes some people are doing the best they can with the resources that are in front of them. We're here to connect you with good resources, so when you get your child's report card, it's an A+ all the way down. And that can happen through one-on-one high dosage tutoring. You'll see in our brochure of the literacy plan that is the best practice to improving achievement. So we're asking you to sign up for tutoring, attend a family workshop, get a library card. Shout out to the 10 people. What was it, 10? Yeah, was it 10 people that got library cards, Anna? Let's do the counting. I think that whole family, okay, oh, that's close, all right, nice. Shout out to you, so we don't even have to do that. Don't even check that off because it's done. Amen. Build a home library, practice the test, become a literacy ambassador, and very specific to the Newark Literacy Coalition, we need ward captains. We want to represent the needs of every ward. We don't think that all of Newark looks the same. We're not that naive. We know that there are very specific barriers in certain wards, and then there's certain lack of resources. And we also want ward captains to give best practices. Maybe you have a child and you're doing extremely well, and there's some things that you did when they were 4 and 5, and we need to know of it, and we can also build it into the work that we're doing. Please sign up for this menu of call of action. We are going to every single ward with the same format. We can also improve it, so we're open to improving it. That's one of the questions. We don't think we have it all together. We just wanted to get started, and that's why we're a successful team, because we actually got started. Woohoo! So please, we're going to give 5 to 10 minutes to do 2 things. Scan the 2 QR codes we just talked about and just complete them, because we are going to review this feedback. And then we want you to go around and get as many resources as possible if you have not already done so. And please take some extra lunches and water. I mean, they got yogurt in here, fruit. Shout out to Wawa wraps and sandwiches. There's even one for the vegetarians with cheese only. So if it's a small C, so if you didn't eat because it was turkey, it's not too late. And if you still need a library card, Anna is moving around. But again, I want my fabulous team to stand up, Newark Literacy Coalition. And we're going to close out. And again, I want to thank Director Zabriskie for opening up his doors. This is his Springfield branch. And Librarian Owens and Librarian Fran. And I see more Librarian Paula. Thank you guys so much for your hospitality. I think everybody feels warm. And parents, we wouldn't have anything if you didn't decide to come here today. So we're super excited. Can we clap it up for our parents? So on behalf of the city, is it okay, Newark Literacy Coalition, to close? Any last thoughts? All right, we're in agreement. Have a blessed day, and follow all the information that we're going to send to you from moving forward. All right, 5 minutes, scan in. Oh. A woman is just as good as her team, and of course I want to shout out to my team. It would be remiss. Shout out to Aaliyah and Lucy, OCCE in the house. And shout out to our Mayor Raz Baraka, who said that literacy is in crisis and used his bully pulpit to get us here today. And we're going to solve this crisis because our children can do it. And we're going to say it all together, they are brilliant. 1, 2, 3, they are brilliant. What a way to end. Have a great day.